Crouch. Bind. Set.
Joe presents the House of Rugby, together with Guinness.
A very good evening to you beautiful people here at the depot in Cardiff. Welcome to House of Rugby Live, brought to you by Joe, together with our very good friends at Guinness. Give yourselves an enormous cheer, you wonderful people. England against Wales on Saturday. Perhaps the greatest fixture in rugby union. We're going to build up to it, we'll talk around it, and hear from four absolute legends of the fixture and of the game. Those of you who've listened to this show before will know that I can't do any of this without two absolute reprobates. So would you please give a very, very warm welcome, first of all, to the one, the only, the legend of the Hoff, Mr. James Haskell, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, he nearly went. Come on in. The comedy fall. Stand up. Oh. Can you just put it back up again?
Did I fall?
To your walk-on slide, can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it gone?
No. Oh.
James Haskell, rugby player extraordinaire. No fights, no
Wait, can I
knockouts,
just clear
no
one thing up?
submissions,
Who the
no
fuck
tackles.
booed when I came in here? I cheered when they said Wales are going to win, you bastards. It's not a great welcome.
You're looking mighty fine. He's literally just got out of a taxi. Hold on.
Yeah, public transport, I don't know about that.
Have yourself a throne. Ladies and gents, we obviously have a third cog to the wheel. It is the Lord, the one, the only, the legend that is Mr. Mike Tindall, ladies and gentlemen. Well.
We've come a long way.
Exactly.
We've come a long way. What do you make of this?
It's great because the lights, I can't see fuck all, so...
There are one or two of them out there.
The weird thing was is that he was happy to slag people up when he could see him in the face. Now he can't see anyone. Who's going to get it tonight?
It could go anywhere.
No, you're in Wales. You can't slag Welsh.
No.
Come on, Welsh. I'm half Wales.
You played, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Well, I did
Under
Welsh
16?
Exiles. I did Welsh
And
Exiles.
even they didn't fucking want you.
No, they did. We never got off the phone. Please come back, save us. But the best thing, I told the story about the best thing about Wales is that with England, when you play the age group stuff, you have to put in expenses forms. Not in Wales. Some bloke got a small little pasting table out and a suitcase full of cash. So my dad was like, "Have you got your expenses, son? Tell him it was a 700-mile round trip." So I'd sit him down. All right, mate, where have you come from? The moon, actually, mate. Really? Yeah, I have, actually. Not the sharpest. He's like, all right, that'll be $7,000 cash. Got a conservatory out of it. It was unbelievable. But then I got named in the Welsh squad and the English squad, and then I called up and sadly decided to go for Wales. But as I'm always reminded, I wouldn't have got into the Welsh team with the likes of Tipperick and Warburton, and they wouldn't have wanted me anyway. But I rang up and I said, listen, I'm going to do England. And the bloke, I don't understand. What do you mean, James? You're Welsh. I was like, well, not technically, actually. They got
They're from Wellington College and I'm actually awfully poosh.
Yeah, I had a die-hard Welsh accent when I was in Wales, but when I was there, I was like little Lord Fauntleroy, very much like you, Alex.
And we're off and running. Good evening, everybody. Nice to be back in Wales. Fond memories, crossing the bridge.
I love Wales, it's brilliant. I always love playing here. It's just, I've said it God knows how many times, Principality, the best stadium on the planet, especially when it's England versus Wales.
Woohoo.
So no, it's great to be here.
It's very nice to be back. A couple of bits and balls that we need to get stuck. Has anyone here got coronavirus yet?
Well, I tell you
Anyone
what,
had it?
after tonight, a few people will do.
Yeah, we're spreading the love. Mako Vunipola has gone into self-isolation and won't be playing at the weekend because he came back via Hong Kong.
See, my immediate thought is he's definitely had too many barbecues.
Yeah.
He's 140 kilos, right?
He's got on the scales and he's gone like that. He stepped on it and it's gone up to about 140 kegs. He's gone, oh, coronavirus. And not been able to get... Sorry, Eddie, I definitely can't play. I mean, who's self-diagnosed that?
Any sympathy?
Not really.
No.
If he went and got tested and found out he had it, then yeah. But surely a professional athlete, if he was able to play and willing, he just gets tested, right?
Yeah.
Am I looking too far beyond this? Or?
Aren't I right in saying, though, or might be, I'm never right, but 1% of people are going to die from common cold. 2% of people are dying from coronavirus.
Yeah.
Something like 30,000 people are going to die for not having enough money for fuel and stuff this year. You know, like being able to heat their own houses. Aren't we getting a little bit carried away?
We've got our first edit of the show.
Yeah.
No, don't
Edit
edit
it.
that. Don't edit that site. It's the truth.
Yeah.
The Daily Mail are running the scaremongering. No, because
We should be on the in politics dealing with
Should we
this.
turn
on
House
the
of
health
Rugby into a
commission.
political party?
Yes, I love that.
Would you
That
vote
would be
for us out of interest?
Well, no, we're fucked.
Perhaps we
Let's
won't.
not do that.
Perhaps we won't. I love the confused table at the back who are looking at each other saying, I thought this was a rugby show. And they've come here for NHS advice and Corona.
Have you seen the feedback, though? Have you seen the feedback on our... So we're very lucky we've got some quite good social stuff on RUGBYJOE and other bits. And every time they... someone clicks on this, they go, every time I click onto House of Rugby, Haskell's talking. Well, that's the fucking show. What and someone went going, don't they talk about rugby? Don't they talk about rugby? No, we don't. Go and listen to the other podcast, the Rugby Pod or the BBC.
It's basically our job to try and get some rugby and his job to dilute it, but then he just talk for 25 minutes, so it's very hard.
He wins every week. A couple of other headlines. Ashton leaving Sale.
I tried to ring him on the way over.
And?
He didn't answer.
Right.
So I left him a voicemail saying, happy retirement, hope you have a good job. If it's any different, give me a call.
Maybe Quins? Bring the tith down to London?
You're looking at me as if I've got any idea.
Do you know who Chris Ashton is? Out of
Who?
interest? Yeah, exactly.
What?
Hook knows.
I saw him the other day. I was doing I did the England Ireland game with him. He was on good form. He didn't mention that, but no one tells me anything because I've got one of them big mouths. Just keep it a secret.
Straight on the pod. An exodus from Sarries. Will Skelton's gone to La Rochelle, not back to Australia, which is a shame.
Well, we're going to see old Will Skelton, 165 kilos, coming right back, aren't we?
The Cruise has gone to Panasonic Wild Knights.
Has he?
Yeah.
Good work for Cruiser. I mean,
research.
I'm not sure they're signing for his kicking game after last weekend.
Jack Singleton to Gloucester and Vincent Cock to Sale. And possibly Ben Earl to Bristol.
Oh, Bristol are pushing it, aren't they?
I know.
How have they got all that? They've got Semi Redrada. Who are they? They've got
Charles Sinclair.
Charles Piatow's just re-signed. Siali Piatow's re-signed.
Is Wiggy going as well?
Is he?
Someone mentioned that to me as well. That
Richard?
Wigglesworth might, yeah.
To
be leaving
Bristol?
as well. No, not to Bristol, but just out of Sarries.
Well, he's going to retire, isn't he? He's 110.
I know. He's hanging on for another contract, I reckon.
Ever youthful. Should we get the show started properly? Should we get a bit of pedigree on stage? We had a bit of confusion in the bookings department, so we've got not one, but two. Absolute icons of Welsh rugby. Ladies and gents, it is a huge honour and a pleasure to have with us tonight, keeping it in the family, Mr. Jonathan Davies Sr. and his son, Mr. Jonathan Davies Jr. He comes clutching a pint. Fox, mate, lovely to have you aboard. We're doing that, we'll do that. Right, Tins, you're going to the far end. Haskell, Fox, you're in there. Jiffy, you're in 3. Oh, come on, can we give it again, please, for the two absolute super dudes? Spillage, right-hand drinking.
Oh,
That's the Buffalo.
Oh dear. Are they actually father and son? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well,
You are,
apparently John Davies Jr. was born the year that you won the Triple Crown or something, so it could have been a bad night out in Cardiff,
Back
no?
in Bridgend.
Down Chip Alley.
I was down Whitland actually when that happened.
Most Davises in Wales are related anyway.
I think most of us are related in here, to be honest, so we're all right.
Glad you said it, not
Family
me.
affair. How's you, first of all? How is the knee? Obviously, you're taking your rehab very seriously, which is good to see.
Yeah.
Rehydrating at all times. How are you?
No, it's coming along slowly, but probably the rest of the season, enjoy a bit of a holiday and get back next year now, I think.
I'm not sure I've seen you smile as broadly as you have since you ran the series in New Zealand 2 years ago.
I think it is funny that Actually, in rugby, injuries are the only time when you actually get a holiday. So it's a joke, but it's serious, isn't it? It's a time where you can fully switch off and not have to worry about the next week or anything.
Yeah, and Wales are going to New Zealand in the summer, so it's a good time to fucking get off, to be honest.
Yeah, you don't want to hurry back for that. Or maybe you do, I don't know. So where have you been on holiday? What have you been doing? A little bit of budgie smugglers and surf, or are you more of a book and a
Recently
shave?
got back from Miami in the Bahamas, so
Very nice.
very nice. It was nice and chilled.
Did you get stuck in?
Congratulations in order. Got engaged whilst he was out there as
thank you
well.
very much.
Well
Mrs.
done,
V.
everyone.
Yeah.
Mrs. is here.
She's a lucky girl.
Is that why the knee gave way?
Yeah, that
all
was-
them years you were trying to
yeah.
keep it up and it just went. Sorry, love, while I'm down here.
Oh, and then she's like, yeah, yes. I was like, oh no.
Little romantic proposal, or was it sort of? Tears?
Yeah, sunrise on South Beach in Miami, and yeah, it all went well, all went to plan. Thankfully, the sun came up, and yeah.
It was. Are you into Wedmin already, or have you stuck it further into the diary, as in getting
Oh,
planned?
no, this summer.
Oh wow.
Shotgun.
No, not shotgun, quite. But yeah, no.
Jonathan Davies III on his way.
Junior.
It's like those Chinese dolls. You just keep taking them out of each other, don't you?
Yeah, no. But no, this summer, see if we can get it done. It's short turnaround.
Have you spoken to Hask about selling rights to magazines? Has Western Mail come knocking on your door for a little?
I think the Carmarthen Journal are after my
Nice.
rights. Yeah,
Good.
so that will be taking photos of the wedding.
Very nice. How are you? Last time I saw you, actually, was in the departure lounge on the way back from Kenya.
Kenya Airport.
You turned left
There we are.
and I turned
No,
right.
I didn't turn left. I had my two kids with me, so it's odd because he was there with his 3 kids, right? And I was being all nice. Hi, Alex, or Mrs. Alex, and all that. And then when you're thinking, 3 young kids in economy, you're thinking, fuck, I hope I don't sit next door to him.
Was he wearing his linen suit with explorer's hat?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And his monocle, the way he travels.
man
You
from
probably
Del
travel.
Monte.
He'd probably travel by a biplane, don't you, or something like that? Can you send in the Sopwith camel, chaps?
Very good.
Good reference, that. Google it at home for those who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
A lot of googling on. How are you? What's new? What's
Yeah,
happening?
no, nothing really.
No? Are you enjoying the Six Nations? You keeping busy?
Yeah, if the coronavirus kicks in now and the whole championship's cancelled, we're still champions, are we?
I love it.
I know. No,
Clinging to
it's
it.
just got to crack on, haven't you? Get on with it. Enjoy this time of the year. Yeah, it's going well. Not great results, but it's all about the occasions and enjoying people's company. So I do enjoy this time of the year. It's good fun.
Good. Can you tell us a little bit about how much, I suppose, confusion there's been about the names over the years? Have you run into problems?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I used to get Jiffy's fan mail.
Oh, did you?
So yeah, when I think I did one interview for Scrum 5 when I was in the academy, and then through the BBC I'd get these letters and I would open them up and I'd be like reading, massive fan. I was like, fair play, this guy knows me from not even playing for the Scarlets. And then reading about the tours I've been on, and I was thinking schoolboy tours, like this guy must be a stalker. And then as you get to the end, they said, oh yeah, Australia in '93. And I was like, I was 5 years old. And then talking about the British Lions tour with rugby league, and there's a photo of Jiffy on the back, and I was like, oh, wrong person again.
I'm not exactly the same because I told John this before. I remember when you turn up to function, I was in Glynneath Rugby Club and Max Boyce's club, okay? So I turned up and they just said, here we go, put a montage of my tries, Jonathan Davies, and then the montage comes up and it's Foxy's montage, right? There's a big screech. Oh, fuck. It's the fucking old one, right? And then they show his tries again, and then after they finish, it goes, right, give him £200 and tell him to fuck off.
Brutal.
It was brutal, but it's a good laugh.
Do you get any gifts through the post? Because obviously I know Welsh fans are very passionate. Do you get any women sending any underwear? Because I can imagine you probably get a few thongs, but if you got confused, there'll be a big old pair of apple catchers. They must have had to parcel force them in. You'd be opening, going, "What the fuck is this? Is this some sort of sale?" Signed on the back.
Someone sent me a
my weight.
parachute.
Yeah. different
No,
stroke. Yeah.
no, sadly, nothing through the post quite like that. But
The worst one I get now is Nigel Owens. Wherever I go. Oh, right, Nigel?
Because you were on his, were you not on his show recently? Did you not have a school
Yeah.
report debrief or something on the?
I got tucked up royally. So the producer, or whoever, got in touch with my parents and sent in my school reports from when I was like 12 years old. And then reading the PE reports was like, must work on his endurance, and must work harder, try harder for skill acquisition or something like that. Yeah, and I was just oh God. And then they had something I wrote, and I said, I try very hard, but can do better or something like that. But yeah, it was not great at all. Like mum and dad, I haven't spoken to them since, to be honest. Yeah.
I got it here actually. Jonathan needs to work on his aerobic fitness.
That's it, yeah.
Through longer distances.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't make the cross-country team. I was a bit chubby back then.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was a chubby boy.
Jonathan needs to develop his skills in team games as well. At least you've taken the advice, I suppose.
Yeah, I've blossomed. The late bloomer I was.
Late bloomer.
Yeah.
So what else has been kind of keeping you busy? What are the highs at the moment in the diary? Good.
That exciting, is it? Fucking hell.
Well, hey, there can't be much because I'm fucking sat here.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Whoa,
Good.
this is a #1 podcast. Oh, Avs, watch out, son, eh? It's not a bulletproof vest I'm wearing.
Nothing.
No, it's just, there's loads of things going on. Played a bit of golf today. It's just trying to fill in.
Retirement days.
It's work.
You've got to work, haven't you? I work as well, so never been a full-time pro. So I just kept on, playing for schools and all that shit. Welsh schools. Never had a Welsh cap in schools. Father wasn't a selector or a fucking banker or nothing like that. Not that I'm bitter. I'm not
I was going
bitter
to say, good
at
to
all.
see you've got over it. That's the good thing. Good.
Should have done a Barnsley and gone to England. I'd have had about fucking
You can have him back, mate,
2
honestly.
million caps. About 2 million caps.
True. England, Wales. Is it the one?
I think the media build it up because you get more coverage when you play in England, obviously because of the English press. So it seems a bigger game, and it hasn't changed. It just seems a bigger game. And if you score a try against England, it always seems to be shown as someone's favourite try. So it's, I suppose it is. But it's the same for if it's Scotland, Ireland or Wales, it is the big game because of the media coverage that you get from it. So it's always exciting. It's brilliant wherever you play, if you play in Twickenham or you play in Cardiff. We played in Brisbane in a quarter-final of the World Cup. Same thing. All the press are over there. It's a bigger story. So I'd have to say for the Six Nations, it obviously is the biggest game.
You were involved in some titanic battles and a period of dominance as well. Is that something that people still talk to you about now? That sort of hex you had or not?
No, not really.
Do people talk to you about your days against England?
Yeah, we hadn't won in Twickenham for a while, and we won in '88, and then it was odd in the '90s that we all went rugby league. So we didn't win a game for a while, but it just seems to be the biggest games, and people remember those games. When you remember tries like Jarrett scored against England, and Barry John scored against England, so. It's one of those things that everyone kind of reminds you of, and because it is England, really. They're quite imposing. The white makes you look bigger. The red rose is there, and it's. So it's an enjoyable experience. You've got to take it all in because you can't get overawed by it, and fucking you get the media just can take you on a ride and then you forget what the focus is. So. It's an interesting week when that comes along, but you got to enjoy it because it's unlike these boys. We were amateurs playing. You talk about getting expenses. I remember coming up I travelled from my village in Trimsaran, 63 miles, and I put 65 down. And the secretary called me and he said, "Oh, has Trimsaran moved?" I went, 13 pence a mile, right? He took 26 fucking pence off me. 56,000 people in the stand, right? We're not getting a bean. It's just...
In the 60s, you could fill your car up
Back
for
off
2016.
60s. So you just enjoyed those days. You know? I remember I made my debut against Wales, against England. I played my last game against England. Do you play that game, Tins? 97.
Fuck off, dude.
He's had a hell of a paper round uphill
fucking
into the
has,
wind,
he has.
but he's not that old.
Uphill into the wind.
Christ, yeah.
Fucking hell, he's landed on a good one now, though, hasn't he? He fucking haven't got to work ever again.
He looked like that when he was 15, so he stayed the same.
True, I've actually caught up with my age. I was getting...
They were brilliant. You know, in 97, they went on to win the World Cup 2003. They were a great, great side. I should have been sent off in one game. In 87, yeah. I shot down, I elbowed Rob Andrew in the face.
That's fine.
No, that's fine.
That's fine. You get a knighthood for that now.
Even as an Englishman now, in my position, you get a fucking knighthood for that, mate.
Thank you. I would have had 6 months. On YouTube.
What did you do?
It was like we were scrambling. There was like a couple of points in it. And then I tried to charge. I go down the blind side, and I came around, and he came off his left foot towards me. And as he kicked, I went to charge down. And then I thought, oh, fuck it. And I lay that way. And I caught him. Because you're not going to... As a Welsh social half, you're not going to get fucking sent off.
It was a really sunny day, and you tried to shield your eyes.
To be fair, I passed him in the corridor once, and I thought about doing the same thing. What were you doing? That's charging it down. In a corridor at Penny Hill. Things happen, move on.
Yeah. Very good. Of all the home nations, which one do you like beating the most?
Yeah, thank you. Like Jeff said, I think England is always
Is it the
biggest.
same? Is it the same now?
You always know it's a big game. Like, Test week turns around, Monday comes, it's England. Everyone's on edge, everyone's a bit nervy because, like, you know, it's like that, you know, stereophonic song. As long as you beat the English, it's just okay. And it is like that. Boys just know, right, we got to put a big shift in again, yeah. And because England traditionally have a big pack, you know, they try and use their weight, muscle the boys around, but they just love the challenge of fronting up, and you just know it's going to be a tough day at the office as well, and especially when you go to Twickenham, because it's a tough place to go, and the crowd gets going, and you think, right, come on, let's fucking have you, and then you get stuck into it then. Because like a lot of people say, like, oh, you know, when atmosphere is intimidating, I think for a lot of the boys, it's like the theatre, the excitement, and you think, go on, and I'll show you now, I'll shut you up, and there's no better feeling when you go to Twickenham and win. Do you fire on hostile environments and that kind of thing? Yeah, I don't get nervous about it. I get excited because we're very fortunate in what we do that, you know, you experience atmospheres, and when you go away, like I had 2 years in France, you go to away games there and they try taking your heads off, and you just got to learn to like it. And when you go away in the Six Nations, like, you go to the Aviva, you go to Twickenham, you go to Murrayfield, they have the band, they walk you in really slow, people are like jeering you, and you think, oh, this is going to be fun, this is. And that's what excites me.
I love it. Wales.
Yes. What a lovely place.
Scene of your post-pad incident, but also some memorable days as well.
That was a big day. Look, he loves it, wasn't he? You were probably commentating, weren't you? Probably really put the fucking knife in. But you never once thought you'd be on the same stage, would you? Never mind.
40, is it 40 yards wide, the try line?
Yeah.
He runs into the fucking post.
Right. That's become my greatest... That's my greatest single rugby achievement, that. That's how shite my career was.
You had some good days.
No, I was playing it down, stay humble, but I was fucking awesome. I mean, you can steal one cap, not 77, and go around the world. But never mind, I don't want to go on about it. But if you're asking, yes, I was very good. How many tries did I score? 5. Don't worry about it. Did I play Super 15? Yes, I did, sir. Don't worry about that. Yeah. And in France, 2 years. Don't worry about it.
Good. Any more?
And the Lions, but not proper Lions, sort of midweek. But I was a hero there. Oi. And also, if you don't believe me, watch the DVD. They all said so.
Team morale is important. Team morale is very important.
Yeah, absolute motivator.
Always need a tall joker.
We put the 50p in you tonight, haven't we?
Yeah.
More than that. You don't get me down here for 50p. Way more than that.
You get one word of a recorded message for 50p.
Are you going to drink that?
Nah. You have it away. It's a buffalo. Everyone knows international drinking rules, but we'll leave it.
I think the question was about England-Wales. That was about 20 minutes ago, so I've rather lost the thread.
No, I thought, look, for me, it is obviously a huge
You
game.
scored against Wales, didn't you?
Yeah, I scored twice, actually, in one game.
I saw that last week.
Yeah.
That was in Ye Olde kit.
That was in the oldie kit,
That was quite nice, I like that.
do you know what? I always found Wales one of the hardest teams to play against just because of the physicality. I made my debut down here in 2007, and I've said it before, when friends and family and people ask about the crowd, right, and how important the crowd is, when you play at Twickenham, you know, if things are going well, I've said it before, everyone's really loud. If things aren't going well, they've all got their backs turned, you know, looking in their barber pockets for their pipes and prawn sandwiches, right? But obviously, down here, you know, win or lose, everyone's going mental, right? When I came down in 2007, we had the roof. They let them close the roof again. Rule number 1: never let them do that. And people talk about how impressive the crowd is, but I'd never really paid any sort of consciousness to it until we actually got into the game, and we were 5 meters from Wales line, 5 points behind, and everybody was cheering so loudly, it was literally like someone pressing down on your head. It was the first time in my entire life that a crowd was like the 16th man and made such an impact. And it completely blew my mind. And even running out for the warm-up, for my very first cap, flame cannons go off. You look around, 80,000 people, you know, and you've also the carnage of warming up where they fucking put a brass band, you know, whatever else.
A goat.
Or they put that mega goats on gear, the goat that's done more roids than anyone I've ever met. You can't, you're fucking weaving between brass, take your eye out, Billy Vanapona's got hit with a fucking trombone, right? You kick a ball, some Welsh bloke's taking it home as a souvenir, right? It's utter kind of goats looking at you, fucking look at me, like, you know. Honestly, it is utter carnage, right? So you're warmed up on a small AstroTurf strip, right? Then you come out, the flame cannons go, then obviously the anthem goes, and you sing, you know, God Save the Queen, and then they fire into their anthem, and it's fucking everyone's crying up, fired up, and then the first off the kickoff, late elbow, something like Brad Davis treads on your head, and you're like, you know this is going to be horrific, and that's what the nature of it. And I found it always very difficult. But what a spectacle! You know, for the first moment you came, you know, over the bridge. First we had to pay to get in here, which is unbelievable. But to be fair, everybody says you don't have to pay out to get out because everyone's trying to drive so quickly that no gates in the world would stop you. If you look at the bushes, they're lined with 50 quid. Like, fucking get me out! I actually got pulled over on the way out of here once, actually. I was in a car and we played a game and I got pulled over by the Welsh police. And the bloke was like, "You're speeding, sir." The joke, we're trying to get the fuck out, didn't work, obviously. So we'd been beaten again, and he was like, "I'll give you a ticket," and everything else like that. He said, "Where's your ID?" And I got it in my kit bag at the boot. And I don't think he hadn't recognised, but if he had, he was doubly going to find me. So I went round to the boot and I opened the boot. And it was a load of kit, and I saw his eyes light up. And I was going, well, I tell you what, mate, I mean, you're into your rugby, aren't you? If you want to hold this and take this and everything else like that, palmed him off with a load of gear, ticket got disintegrated, and I whizzed off out of there. It was the perfect crime. But yeah, playing Wales is lovely.
You had some good days down here in a hell of a team.
Well, yeah, obviously, let's rub out the early 2000s because we scored 10 tries every time we played against Wales, so we'll get rid of that to start off with. If we go to the sort of mid-thousand, yeah, look, I love it down here. I'm sort of the same. I love that atmosphere. I love playing at, it was Millennium when I was Principality. How close the fans are, how on you. You know, there's a story when Austin never started a game because he was a bell end, but he sat on the bench a fair bit, and one time someone was throwing like 20p piece at Austin's head. It's a ginormous head. I understand why the guy was doing it. But then just because Austin is Austin, he's picked it up and he's turned around and flicked it back to him and said, "Think you need this more than me, pal." Just what you don't want as a teammate, just to fire the crowd up a little bit more. But that's what it is, you know. The time we came down in the bus and someone jumped in front of the bus and headbutted the bus and knocked himself out. Like, I'm not going to stereotype a Welshman, but don't headbutt a bus. You're not going to win that. And Clive had to get off, and someone smashed a window. You're not going to say it's sort of like clan warfare, but it's built. The media build it around that. But it's great to get sucked into it for a game, and when you're going on, I'd say you go on there as more of a passionate Englishman than you do against anyone else, I think, because it's dragged out of you through the week and you're always focused. And as you said, whether it is red and white, I don't know. The colours always sort of stick in my mind. I always love that confrontation.
Unless you're colourblind, then it doesn't matter.
Well, that's true.
I think if you go to kind of really volatile places, like, and you know the atmosphere is bouncing, it does work in the opposition's favour as well. Yeah. I think it is, because it's just, you know, wherever you, and if someone boos you or kind of shouts abuse at you, you got to take it as kind of, well, hang on.
How do you think Hask got 77 caps?
I know. Fearful of you.
There's people abusing him and booing him my whole life.
Made it
by
my dad.
English fans.
Shut up, Dad. Shit, Mum, quiet down.
I go, but I still do a little bit of rugby league commentary, right? And sometimes you got to do. The worst thing is pitch side pre-match. It's horrendous, absolutely horrendous. So you do
the league games?
In the league games. So you walk, you do your pitch side, then you walk back, and I walk past the south stand in Headingley, right? And next thing, it's like 10,000 fans, and they all go, sheep shagger, sheep shagger, sheep shagger. I've been retired fucking 20 odd years. Give me a fucking break, come on.
They've seen the video though, haven't they?
How do they know? Come on, this is what you paid to do.
This is where I'm paid to. Yeah, sorry, saying please don't go there. Move on. You played against some fairly iconic figures of English rugby: Carling, Guscott Andrews, Skinner, Teague, that lot. Did any of them? Actually, didn't you have a run-in with Skinner in one of your games?
Somebody told me. I can't remember him being on the field, to be honest.
Right. Quite a lot of mullet action going on there back in the 80s.
There's some good mullets going on. We all model ourselves on Kirk Stevens, the snooker player at the time, but no, he was far too young to remember that. No one remembers that. But it was, we had a few run-ins. Winters was brilliant. Peter Winterbotham, one of the best players I played against. But it was just one of these things, when you play against an open sider, in those days it was like one-on-one. I played against John Jeffries, white shirt, he was a lunatic.
Right.
No, the chairman of the World Rugby.
Referees.
Funny that. He is, isn't he?
He's referees, yeah.
And he's referee. Well, Wade Dooley is head of disciplinary. Fucking mad. But at least he knows what he's seeing, because he's done it all. But it's just, Mickey Skinner was there, and they picked him open side against us in '88, and unfortunately wasn't quick enough. So. But he didn't. Luckily,
What
he didn't get hold of me.
What did you do to him?
I went down the wrong way, and then I had to go back the other way. It's a bit different from today's defensive line. And as I run past him, I said, "Ta-ra," which is brilliant unless he catches you. Then you're fucked. You are dead. Then you're dead. So it's.
But he didn't catch you.
The same thing with Winters. Winters was such a great player, right? And he had brilliant angles. And he would always be first to the breakdown or the ball and everything. So what I would do, when the ball had gone wide, I'd see where he was going, I'd track him, and as he's going for the ball, I'd trip him. And he would go off his head. Absolutely. And you put him off his game, right? Which then allowed my number 7 to kind of get to the ball first, and we would be in control of the game. But the downside is, if he catches you, you are dead. And that's the way it is. And I think it's, it'd be interesting to see with the boys now. Like, the defences are so tight. And I guess I watch them very rarely. I watch Super 15 now, innit? And it was like the Jaguars versus Bulls or something. And I watched the last 5 minutes. It was so boring. Hitting it up. I actually turned it off to watch final score. That's sad, isn't it? Yeah. And I was thinking, would you bring... Rucking was brilliant. Because when I played, there was rucking. We had some brilliant games against Bath with fucking Hall, Spurrell.
Eric Peters would have been there.
Eric, no, he was after that. Then you had
Andy Robinson.
Chilcott, Graham Dorr,
Gareth Chilcott.
all nuts, right? And if you, and I said this before, if you heard roll away, right, someone was fucking dead. And I think that might be the approach to today's game. If you bring Rucking back and everyone goes, but I think it's a lot safer. If you're Jacqueline, someone's coming to clean you out, right? You could have serious neck injuries. When you're being rucked, you're on the floor. You know the difference between proper rucking and stamping. And in today's age, you could not get away with kicking someone in the head or stamping on someone like we used to do. Well, they used to do. Not me, obviously.
You didn't go to a ruck your whole life.
Never in a ruck. Never, I can't even spell
That's
ruck.
why he's like, oh, bring back rucking. It didn't matter to me, I was never there.
But when you are there, you just go... It would speed the game up and the ball would be quicker.
Bring back shoe pie.
No, it's not shoe pie.
The what?
Bring back rucking, like proper, you know,
The silver slipper.
A downward, backward motion, or whatever it used to be.
I don't know about that, to be honest.
Says the current player.
Yeah, you find yourself at the bottom of a ruck, and sometimes what they're trying to do is pin you in these days, which is so frustrating. And it's like, it's a shit rule or a shit way of doing it.
So how do you fix it?
Bring back rucking.
There you go, you see.
Nah, I don't know. But like Jeff said, you don't want to get caught at the bottom of the ruck. So
Is that the case now?
Well, there's no rucking now. No.
Yeah.
And I think it's just people just trying to slow it up, and they're being laboured, they're being slow, and they're like, oh, I'm moving, ref, I'm moving. Yeah, and then, like, you probably got a point, but I think some boys will probably take it to another level now. Boys are far stronger and quicker, and they can run up your back even faster, probably.
Right. Yes or no?
I'd say, I don't know, it's a difficult one, because I don't know how you enforce that, because obviously they panicked about it before, and the problem is as well, if you look at these props, they're wearing like 22-inch studs. They're like crampons for climbing a mountain. Genuine, right? Some of them wear it on them 4G pitches, right? I don't understand how they do it. If you get some of them on your back, I mean, the last time I got shoed was on an England tour by my missus. No, it was on role play.
Requested.
It was role play.
Do your in-laws come and watch you play?
They don't come around and shoe me, but no, they haven't actually. They never. Richard watched me. He was very supportive actually. I think they're all coming around to see me get knocked out, which in my first fight. Which
There's going to be a lot of people there.
There is a lot.
We'll all be there.
Yeah. No, the last time I got shoed was we were playing England versus the Crusaders on tour to New Zealand, and unfortunately I fell underneath the mall. And that is the worst place on earth to be. So you tried to go through the middle of a mall. I've taken down, I've lost my balance trying to pull someone down, and I've slipped underneath. And I've got absolutely shooed. I took a drink at half time and it came out in 6 different holes. I looked like a sieve. That was the only time. Yeah, that the guy that's gone to Leicester, the back row, what's he called? He was at Crusaders, Josh something, I can't remember his name now.
Kronfeld.
No, fuck. Nobody knows these old people from your day. We're talking about my day. My day. Not you and Webb Ellis running around playing. We're talking about me. We're not talking about how you got expenses for 35p for your horse and car. We're talking about me. Me, myself, and I. It's enough about me. Let's talk about me. No, it was the young back row has gone from there from the Crusaders. He absolutely shooed me to death. That is the worst thing. So I don't know whether you want to bring that back, because you say people will get it wrong. And how do you look? We can't even get the tackle laws right between safe and not safe. Imagine you've shooed him slightly incorrectly. I'll be like, for fuck's sake. How would you get away with that? But yeah,
not in the head, not below the ankle.
Mate, you've seen me try to run. How am I supposed to do that with size 13s? These came with a prescription, these shoes.
Size 13s?
Yeah.
I want to ask you just a couple more about the Wales-England game. When you went to league, conquered the world as you did, when you came back and ran out at what was Cardiff Arms Park again, what was... Because you obviously played that, the Wales... Was the Wales-England game your last game?
Came back against Australia.
Yeah.
And then played against England last game, yeah. But I was just... I was past my best then. I didn't really want to play for Wales again, because when you go into the national stage and you're focused, and you see things and you go, right, okay, I can do this and do that. I could see it, but I couldn't fucking do it, to be honest. So I was 8 years older. I was a couple of yards slower. So I just thought, but then they asked me to play, and you can't say no, can you? And it was amazing to get back into it. It was just an amazing experience to get back into it and back in the environment.
Was it quite emotional? Was it sort of
it was
full circle?
Yeah, it was very emotional, and technically it was a lot harder because rugby league is a simpler game. It was physical, but a lot simpler. Like a touch rugby, but was a bit tougher than touch rugby. But you had to hit the right angles. Once you hit the right angles, you were through. With rugby league, the angles were different with back row forwards and covering defenders. So it took a while to readjust again, but it was an experience to come back. My missus wasn't very well at the time. She had cancer, and I had to try and refocus things. But it was just an experience to come back and go back into the fold, and just enjoy the privilege of being kind of a professional rugby player and a professional international player. But it was a lot harder, but I was lucky. I played against. 97, I played against Australia when they won the World Cup in 99, and Campo was playing. He's, maybe the greatest player I played against. And then I played against England, in the last game when they went on to win 2003 World Cup. So I was privileged to play against those sides, but I wasn't at my best. And if you finish, you want to finish at your best. But the one thing about the England game, I made 2 try-saving tackles on Austin Healy in a corner, and 28 players tapped me on the back, to be honest, right?
So say all of us. And you've had some amazing days against England, several of them. If you could play one of them again, which one would it be?
Probably when we won the championship in 2013. Because
the 33.
30 points to 3. I think England were going for a Grand Slam. And it was quite funny. Like on the bus journey in, the video guys put like all the quotes from the England boys during the week. And we're not afraid of Cardiff and the Welsh crowds. We're going to Cardiff to win a Grand Slam.
How many of these were from Hask?
Were you playing?
I actually got 5 minutes off the bench to get my 50th. Thanks, Stuart Lancaster. Thank you.
What was the score?
2,000 points to 3. And they were like that. Go on, Hask, you can save it. Fireworks went off.
Make a difference. Yeah. But no, that was a good day. And I think very rarely on the international stage you can enjoy the moment because the games are normally close. And you just but then the last 15 minutes or so, you can just watch a crowd hear them, and you just
You didn't notice Hask come on then?
Watch Hask come on, clap him for his 50th.
Aye, well done, boys.
Well done, sir. Tap you on the head. Unlucky.
Just freewheel to the championship, taking it all in.
Yeah.
Was Cardiff on another level that day?
I can't remember. But no, I think it just.
I can. Yeah.
It was
shit.
It was right because I couldn't even get a fucking taxi home, man. Right?
Was that the game with the photo?
Yeah, I think
It was
the game with the photo. Have you seen the photo? Inverdale, Guscott, Clive Woodward, all looking very solemn, and Chiffy with the biggest sodding grin you've ever seen.
But
I turned it into wallpaper.
I was sat in the stadium on the top tier watching, and I thought we were going to win that game. And then, as it's gone on, I've sort of leant further forward, and then as everyone's even leaving 10 minutes before because it's a done deal, and as they've all walked past, they've all hung Welsh flags on the top of my head as they went off. So I went home with 4 Welsh flags. So I was a winner at the end of the day, but that was the fucking only thing we won. But yeah.
But I had a shock at that one. Well, we did as a country, really. It wasn't my fault. And a journalist once put in a newspaper, you can sum up the problem with English rugby in 2 words. James Haskell. He legitimately wrote that. And they also said that I was the international equivalent of an unflushable turd.
Who's a journalist? Who's a journalist? Name and shame. Name and shame.
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Fucking nailed it though, didn't he?
He did. That and running into a post, I've smashed it. But that day was a bit awkward because obviously that was my 50th cap. We'd come in and they'd given me, I think it was 10 minutes towards the end, and it was 33 something. And I think my only contribution is I went through the middle of a mall, and Steve Walsh just gave me a penalty. That was all I did in the game. And then when we got up, obviously I had to have my 50th cap presented. And I told the story, I think, before, but I'll tell it now for you lot, is that Chris Robshaw obviously was captain at the time. And years ago, Chris made his debut in Argentina, right? And obviously post-match in Argentina, you've got a full brass band, you've got rows and rows of drinks. It's unbelievable. Like, it's an incredible setup. So basically, we'd said to Chris that you've got to go up and sing a song. First cap, got to sing a song. So we said, listen, if you go up to the front, right, and start singing, we'll all join you, right? Robbo was like, okay, yeah, no problem, right? So he went up to the thing, he was like, taps the mic, hello, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Robshaw here. It's my first cap, and I'd like to sing a song. Why do you build me up, buttercup, baby, when you say you will? And he's like waving to lads, we're like, no, we're not coming up, right? And then the brass band all looks at each other, and I just, why do you build me up? Right, goes on the whole thing. The Argentinians think it's like a demonstration for them. All the RFU are swaying, you know. I think it's a big moment, right? So fast forward how many years this is. We're sitting in this room, right? Our table of coaches like this. Like solemn like that. Grand Slam's gone, right? Chris Robshaw's got up to his captaincy thing and he's gone, yeah, it was a lovely game. I'm sorry about this, Chris. I love you, but when there's a crowd, I've just got to do with it. Right, it's good. Love you, lovely game. Game of two halves, great thing. Anyway, it's actually somebody's 50th cap today, right? And I'm like this. No, you wouldn't, right? And I could see like Stuart Lancaster, they're looking at me, and I'm looking at Robbo, looking at me, looking at Lanny, and he goes, so, you know, obviously it's tradition, we'd love to get James up to sing a song, right? And I am like, they say revenge is a dish that's best served cold. He has fucking waited that entire time, right? Right, so he's looking at them, and they're like, I've got to go, Lanny. It's the crowd. The Welsh boy's like, fucking come on, boy! I'm like that. So I've gone up. And where I'm seated, there's all these RFU tables and everything else like that. There's some real well-to-do RFU ladies and everything else like that, right? Getting on in years. So, you know, wanted to give them a bit of a show. So I've turned around and gone, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips, right? I'm like, you're trying hard not to show it, baby, but baby, you know it. You've lost that love and feeling, right? All these are, they've had the time of their lives, right? All the pacemakers are going like that. And honestly, the whole time, Lancaster and Farrell like lasered me. And to be fair, I did it. All Welsh boys have got up because you know everyone in Wales loves a fucking sing song, right? They're all like that, you know, got their phone lights out, fucking giving it that one, right? Alun Wyn Jones. So that was that was the only contribution. And luckily, I never played again, but they got fired pretty soon after that World Cup. So Eddie had me straight back in.
Can you verify from a Welsh point of view?
Yeah, 100%. The Hilton in Cardiff. Oh, it was classic.
Well done, Chris Robshaw. What a hero, mate. You fucking waited. I reckon at home he had like one of them charts like Sherlock Holmes with red string all culminating like a diorama. Like, how can I fuck him? I've done him right like that. The world's aligned and he's just like, yeah, 50th cap, Haskell, get up.
I need to lie down. Guys, this is fantastic. We're going to have a huge round of applause in just a moment. Very quickly, just to check in, you are listening to and watching a very entertaining live version of House of Rugby, brought to you by Joe, together with our friends at Guinness from the depot in Cardiff. We've got Tins and Hoff here, and two people called Jonathan Davies Squared. We're going to have a bit of a break. Don't forget, we're a podcast and a YouTube show available every Wednesday. But this Sunday, to mark International Women's Day, we've got a very special House of Rugby with three legends of the women's game. Hold on.
Switch
T's
off.
and C's may apply. Three absolute legends of the women's game to reflect on England's first World Cup win in 1994. We've got Jill Burns, Nikki Ponsford and Giselle Mather. Have a listen to this. Grab yourselves a drink. We'll see you in about 25 minutes' time. A round of applause to the fans, please.
The one thing I remember really is that I remember walking out from the changing room onto the pitch, and I don't think I've ever felt as calm for a big game.
Really?
And I felt maybe, I don't know, you look back and I just felt like it was going to go right. It was, we were ready, this was our time.
Yeah.
And it was like a serene feeling, which is unusual before a big match because you're normally all fired up. But I can remember this walk from the changing rooms there and walking across through the crowd and just thinking, this is it, it's time, we can do
I
this.
had that too.
Yeah.
Like
I had that too.
absolute confidence. Because we'd beaten them the year before, we had, and the pack had only got stronger. And that's what we did. We stifled them really, and pushed them back.
Because they were reigning champions.
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
I think because obviously the forwards and the backs experience of that game was very, very different. But for me, we played France in the semi-final on the Wednesday.
That's a good game.
And it was a good game, and beat them. Then on the Thursday we were left as a recovery day, and then Friday we went in to do video analysis. Now in those days we didn't do video analysis very often, did we? There wasn't many opportunities where things were filmed or anything.
Well, it was a video.
And we had it, it was.
VHS.
It was, and it went
Rewind.
into the thing, And we had a team meeting, and I left that meeting knowing I was going to be a world champion on the Sunday. I just knew it.
You're watching the House of Rugby on Joe, together with Guinness.
Ladies and gents, that is a special House of Rugby available from your usual places this Sunday to mark International Women's Day. A cheer for the women in the room this evening, please. Welcome, welcome. We actually recorded it last Wednesday, and honestly, it is a really fantastic story, all about England's 1994 World Cup winners. If you're into women's rugby, if you're into rugby in general, it is a brilliant, brilliant tale. So do check that out. Welcome back to you beautiful people to our live show at the depot here in Cardiff. Give yourselves a cheer. I am Alex Payne, along with the Hoff, the Lord, and two Jonathan Davies, and 1,250 amazing people. Give yourselves another cheer. We can never have too many cheers. We are going to have a little bit of some funny games with the boys a little bit later on. We're going to assess the state of the Match Pint League with 2 weeks left. James still isn't very good, unfortunately, in that. But don't forget to join us in our House of Rugby Facebook group if you haven't already. We're up to 30,000. Hask, stop talking in class. 30,000 in our Facebook group now. Good. You're all very welcome. Are any of you in the Facebook group? Hey, good. Keep it nice. Be nice to one another. Share the love. And I'm told to remind you that our exclusive House of Rugby stash is now available at shop.joe.co.uk, or you can buy it here this evening as well. Has anyone bought a T-shirt?
There's actually a guy here.
What?
There's actually a bloke here I just had a photo with who's got a Serious Operator T-shirt that was the one that was on TV. He's in
You're
here
kidding?
somewhere. Yeah, he's
Welcome
over there.
to
Yeah.
you, a famous T-shirt. And actually, fun enough, while we were just on the break, we've had a bit of an idea, which is there's obviously been some serious damage to a lot of the rugby clubs in Wales. What we'd love to do tonight is, as you leave this evening, if you've got spare shrapnel in your pocket, we'll have a couple of sort of ice buckets or something. If we can have a bit of a collection. If everybody here gave a couple of quid tonight, we'd have $2.5 grand to spread across a few of the rugby clubs that are suffering, and I think it would be a really nice thing to do. House of Rugby is, we love the game, etc. And I think if we can put some money in the pot tonight, I'll even get these guys to commit as well. Come on. Good. Brilliant.
You can ask.
Haas might do them a free video message to help with their fundraising efforts. There's 80 quid on the value. If you have got spare change, stick it in a bucket, and we promise that we will make it good and send it to those who need it most at the moment. So, I want to talk a bit about Lions, because we had Sean O'Brien on the other day. What a back rower. What a man. What a player.
I am.
Yeah, constantly stuck to his phone though on tour.
Sean,
Yeah.
or Haskell as well.
Well,
Who was worse?
no, Shawnee was worse. I give
Shawnee
that.
was
Yeah.
all right.
But I remember being sat next to the bus next to Haas, and then I was looking out the window, knackered from training, and I just heard
That's what happens when you're in the first team, as opposed to the...
I just heard Haas talking, and I actually thought he was talking to me. I was like, oh, conversation here now. Turn around, and he's actually talking Instagram Live. He's got a Q&A to do. I was like, oh, I'll turn back and look out the window like that then. But no, Shawnee was terrible. But yeah, he was a good lad, good tourist.
Did you, like everybody else we've had on the show over the last 2 years, loathe Hask before you actually spent any time with him?
No, I think...
Be honest.
Well, a bit like Caitlin
Be
Jenner.
honest, he's heard the answer enough
what helped
times.
this case was Bradley Davis was with you in Wasps a few years beforehand, and Brad always spoke quite highly of Hask.
Just quite.
Yeah, like you just whisper it. But then we were coming back from New Zealand with Wales on tour, and you were coming back from Australia, weren't you? And we were on the same flight as the English boys going back from Dubai to London, and you had a vest on, didn't you? Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Standard.
Yeah, standard.
I had to explain to Eddie Jones that I wasn't just issued with vests.
Yeah. Toby was calling you, wasn't he? He was like, Haskell, give us a wave. And then Haskell, wave, suck it, like that.
Haskell, give us a wave. And I'd be like, first time, all right, lads, right? 2 minutes later, Haskell, get your six-pack out, boy, right? Obviously, I get
in which case you immediately got up.
Of course I did.
Sorry,
Of course I did.
Didn't wave, but
right. And then there'd be two. Cruiser, give us a wave. Suck it, boy. Right. And then they'd be like, carry on talking. Because obviously, when I met Foxy for the first time, like properly on the Lions tour, I didn't know it was him. I'd only ever seen him with a scrum cap on. So when he was standing up there, I thought, fucking hell, there's Toby Faletau, there's Ross Moriarty, some good-looking little schoolboy they've obviously brought along, right?
mascot.
And I had no idea who he was. I said, fucking who's that?
You should borrow a scrum fab for your MMA fight.
I probably need that. Probably a crash helmet and a bodysuit would be quite good, or a gun. Bang, fuck it, I won. Didn't see that coming, did you, mate? No, but honestly, so they were, and then it went on and on. Haskell, give us a wave. And by the end of it, I was like this. Boo, wanker! Right? For the entire plane journey.
7 hours.
I didn't know it was him. Until the Lion story, he introduced him, and I was like, you're not a player. You're too good looking. What's your name, son? Do you want to sit on my knee? I was like, oh my God. Then he put a scrum cap on. I was like, fucking unbelievable, world-class player, one of the best centres the world's ever seen. Good-looking boy band member. It was very hard for me to... But unfortunately, I did get sitting next to you on the bus most journeys, didn't I? Wedged in. But the problem is, because he was actually good at rugby, I didn't really see him much in the week apart from the bus. I was with the guys with one arm, half a leg, you know. That was it. So it was quite an honour. I was sitting like that. Fucking, I'm with Jonathan Davies. Go on, son. Go on, Foxy. What's it like being good at rugby then?
So were you in business class?
Yeah.
There's a fucking difference, don't you?
They didn't have planes when you were playing. What are you talking about?
So it's a long 6 weeks on a boat, isn't it?
Yeah. Boy, the Wright brothers hadn't fucking tried that thing yet, had they? You were the ones on the tour that went for 6 months, weren't breaking a bottle of champagne on the front of the boat as it sailed out of Cardiff Bay. Or you had to pick the weevils out of biscuits, didn't you?
We're in economy, no fucking champagne, sir.
No, mate.
No champagne.
No.
In economy, honest to God, all the way, 43 hours to New Zealand. Second rows like that, in economy. Didn't win a line over 2 fucking games. Yeah. It was just...
You were all right. You were all right. You were fully laid back.
Fucking set on.
You were in the luggage rack at the top, weren't you?
Did you toured some quite curious places playing league, didn't you? Not quite Did you go to Papua New Guinea?
I went to with 1986. We went to a nice easy tour. We went Fiji, Samoa, and then Tonga. Fuck, that was brutal, absolutely brutal. And there's not much to do off the pitch as well, like, so it was a bit boring, but it was such a brutal tour, right?
Yeah.
It was I spent 2 days in hospital in Tonga on a 7-day trip, right? I fucking got late tackled twice. I was out of it, but good laugh. It was a good laugh, you know.
Yeah.
But the worst, Papua New Guinea. I turned up for training, like we had a match day. So I had to turn up and go, right, I'll do some goal kicking practice. So I turned up a 3 mile around the ground, can't go in. So I'm playing. can't go in. It's all, people have been it's a national game of Papua New Guinea, so people have been walking for days to come and watch this game, right? So you imagine walking for 7 days and then going, well, you can't go in. It's tough, isn't it? And they're all there, so we were in, okay, I'll go back. We went in the game, and all of a sudden, it got a bit of, fucking excited outside. They were all throwing stones and everything, right? And then I had a winger on the side of me from, Batley. And next thing I said, where is he now? Where's he defending on the, where is he? He's on the middle of the pitch, right? He's supposed to be on the wing. I said, get out here. He said, no. He said, this boulder just missed my fucking head, he said, right? All of a sudden, the referee goes, I never heard this in the World Rugby before, hit the deck, blew a whistle, they fired tear gas into the crowd, right? We all went down like that. The next thing, they cleared everything behind, and then he said, play on. Fucking mad. And then we had to get back to the hotel. It was absolute carnage. We couldn't go to the hotel because it said don't leave your hotel grounds, security guard and everything, because there's cannibalism.
Producer Si has for the last 10 minutes been saying, please, please, please get back to the rugby. So I don't know how you follow that, Lions 2017, off the back of cannibalism and tear gas and Christ knows what else. Can I ask you how proud you were of 2017? What that means to you and all that you've achieved in the game? How do you reflect on Man of the Series?
Thank you. It's difficult because I think, you just feel extremely fortunate to go on the tour in the first place, and then the experience, the people on the tour, it's always so much fun. And I think I said in an interview last week, I would have taken worst player of the tour to win the series. Yeah. For me, it's, to get voted by your peers. I don't know if Haas voted for me or not.
Did you?
Yeah, you were out. You were amazing.
Good.
You were, honestly.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. I thought you were bloody brilliant.
But thank you. But no, I think for me, to get voted by your peers is a huge honour. But at the end of the day, it's a team sport, and I don't, I'd much rather win series, Grand Slams, and things with a team because, when you retire, you look back, you're going to meet up with ex-players and players you played with, and the memories you're going to have about the team effort, not your individual. But I was just very lucky to play around with some amazing players, and it's hard to talk about, really. I don't feel very comfortable, to be honest, talking about
Go on.
it. Yeah, he learned from his school report, you see?
Yeah.
Learned from his school report.
He what?
My school
He
report.
learned from his school
You learned
report.
from your school report. What stands out, though, in terms of the games? Because I remember that there was it was the cover tackle in the third test. Was that Lemape?
Yeah.
You're quick. I've never, ever, ever seen you move that fast before.
Never, no, neither have I, to be honest.
But that was remarkable. What are the bits that you remember? Do you remember Toby's try and...
Yeah, Toby scoring. I think the cover tackle, I'm running back. I'm thinking, fuck's sakes, another try in here now. We're going behind. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm catching him. And then I'm like, fuck, I got to try and tackle him now. And literally get him down. But then about 10 phases, however many phases later, they end up scoring in the corner. And Gats always used to bring it up in the last few months because I'm supposed to be the one covering across, but I am blowing through every hole in my body at that point because I am knackered. And they score in the corner. But Toby's try, Elliott's long-range penalty in the third test, Ken getting away with murder off the kickoff.
Do you think being the sheriff of Carmarthen helped him in that instance with the authority?
He said to me, if that was given a penalty, I was retiring and moving to Tralee and never leaving. For everyone who doesn't know, Tralee is a village in the back of beyond.
Right.
I think he was... so those sort of things. More so after the games, the best thing about the Lions tour is after the third test, you don't fly until the Tuesday.
Yeah.
Just having beers with the boys and enjoying them, what you've been through over the 6 to 8 weeks. And, those are the memories you remember. And you can't... Games go so quick, you can't remember them, to be honest.
How important was Captain Bin Juice, genuinely, to team morale?
Oh, look,
He was basically picked to entertain everyone, wasn't he? I mean, you go from Billy Vunipola, guaranteed Test starter. Well, let's bring in the jester.
No, I love touring with Haskell. He was a great tourist, and I think it was never, I don't know, it was never felt awkward at all, and like everyone just mucked in and just got on with it. And I think the group by the end was you boys were tight, Team Bin Juice, because it was just I feel so. But like, but at dinner time, like everyone got on. Like when we were training, everyone got on. But then, because they didn't they didn't kick up a fuss or anything like that. And I think that made the talk.
They now.
Yeah.
They.
Just pleased to be there, weren't you, Hask?
Very happy to be there.
But no, it was a great bunch of boys, and I think I preferred 2017, 2013 because I think as a group we were a bit tighter.
Looking ahead to Saturday, playing with someone like Owen Farrell, how difficult a job is it, particularly at 10, 12, 13, to build that unit in a short space of time? And tell us a bit about the psyche of Farrell from someone who's played against him to then playing with him.
I think you can tell that, like, with Owen, you know, growing up with his father and such a, you know, he was like the youngest ever Wigan captain, youngest ever Great Britain. You see when Owen speaks in a team meeting, his delivery is exceptional. He gets his point across, and everyone listens to him. And you know, it was easy for me because I had Johnny Sexton at 10, who doesn't shut up, Owen as well, and I was just like, we talk about, right, what do you want to do? I was like, boys, you run the show. I'm just gonna fucking stand out the way. But no, I think he's always been a leader for England, and you know, him being captain now is, you know, he is the right man to lead that team. I think he has everyone's respect, and you know, his being able to fit in a 10 and 12, he shows how quality a player he is.
Yeah. Did you play against his old man back in day?
Played against him, but I played in a test match with him. He was 17 years of age, and he played prop forward against New Zealand. I would say Andy Farrell is top 5 the best players I have ever played against or with.
Really?
Yeah. He had you know, when he came to England, it's a bit like the Sam Burgess thing, you know. You know, when you watch a player of that kind of caliber, and when he came to England in the World Cup,
It was tough for him because he was playing inside.
I know,
true legend.
I know, but he had a bad injury, and maybe he should have come earlier to rugby union. But he was a great player, and the one thing about him, he's an absolute brilliant bloke, right? Hard as nails, and you want him in your team. I think when he turns up, he just doesn't say much, but what he says you listen to. Works hard in training. If you needed something big to happen on the rugby pitch, he's the one to do it. He was an exceptional player, and more importantly, as these boys have said, when you go on tour with someone, you can have different kinds of people. You can have your Sam Warburtons, who, you know, trains ferociously, doesn't drink, you know,
boring.
All these. Thank you.
How the hell you can get away with that in Cardiff, I do not know.
But you need your characters, because it's a long, long time away from home. Being stuck in a fucking hotel room, right, is a joke. Boys get up to all sorts if you haven't got a bit of laugh and joking about it. So you need all different types of characters to make a tour successful, because everyone goes, oh, you must have a great time away from home. No, you're in South Africa and fucking New Zealand, full of rugby fucking idiots, and you're like, oh God Almighty, you want to have a break away from it. So it's vitally important to have like a different collection of characters.
Well, it's interesting you talk about World Cup, though. Can I ask you about last year? Is that, for Wales, is that an itch that you haven't quite scratched, or is it something you just have to park and move on, South Africa?
I think, you know, the frustrating part was that in that game we probably stopped playing. We went into our shells a bit and played into South Africa's hands, and, you know, credit to them. They're the one team probably in that World Cup that never went off script. Their game plan, they stuck to it, and
They bored everyone to death, basically, is what you said.
Yeah, basically. They did not fold. They were in that armrest and they were not going to buckle from it. And I think from our point of view, we just probably didn't play enough and didn't test them. And, we took our chances a bit. But, yeah, it is frustrating when you look back on it. Like 2011, again, we should have, probably beaten France in the semi there. And, 2 semi-final losses. And you think...
Do you dare let the mind wander that if you'd beaten South Africa, do you think you'd beaten England?
You'll never know, do you? I think...
you were too busy looking at your watch in that semi-final going, fucking what is going on? This game is the dullest game ever.
Yeah.
Just watching kickers go like that.
But I think we were down to our bare bones as well for that last week. I think we had 3 or 4 injuries in the South Africa game. So... it would have been interesting. I think we would have given it everything, obviously, but you never know.
You haven't let the mind wander?
No, I think just you don't want to go down that alley, to be honest.
Okay.
It's amazing. I played in the first World Cup, right? That long ago, Ask, okay? 87.
You don't have to tell me. I can see with my own eyes.
Have you got a ringside seat for your first MMA fight?
Yeah.
I want to fucking be there, son.
Yeah, you will be.
I want to be there.
I'll get you a high chair next to it.
We'll be doing a podcast from it. You'll be on it, Jimmy.
I'll be right there. Thinking, oh, fucking hell.
Did you not learn about defence? No.
Richard and Judy, are you watching this now? It's more like fucking Punch and Judy. That would be that.
Wait, the weird thing is when you were young, that was entertainment.
That's where he's got his humour from.
This generation he played with, they have been an amazing see. Grand Slam and everything. Lions. And the one thing, every World Cup we get asked in 87, oh yeah, you come third in the World Cup, right? Our training preparation was a weekend in Tembe. It was. You only just beat Tembe first, right? And then we did a fun run on Sunday. None of us won, right? So it was shit, right? But we went out there and we came third. And it was all geared up for an Australia-New Zealand final. Then France beat Australia with Blanco scoring an amazing game. But we always say, we were never going to beat New Zealand in the semi-final. They were so much better than anyone else. They were professionals. And then we look at this generation and what they've achieved. And all of us, all that side in 87 go, fuck, I hope they come, they hope they come third, or hope they get to the final and come second. Because they were such a far better side than us. And far better prepared. And having watched the 2011 World Cup, I was thinking, oh God, that was the opportunity. Because if we'd have got the final then, I think we'd have beaten New Zealand. Because they were broken. Richie McCaw won that game for them, I think.
Yeah.
And anyone else except...
The ref won that game
and the
for
ref,
them,
and the ref. Anyone else apart from France, on that day would have beaten New Zealand. And I just wished it would have been these boys then.
Amazing. What might have been. Anyway, you've got to keep going. Comes around quickly. Next year, South Africa.
Yeah, I'll be on the Gulliver's tour, I think.
Oh, come on. We'll give you a pair of boots. You'll be out there.
Oh, nice fucking taking my place again, look.
They've put the wrong Jonathan Davies yet again.
Just Darwinism, mate.
Should we have some funny games? Yeah? Okay, right. We always like to set tins and hats. You're very welcome to join in if you'd like to, or you don't if you don't want to.
What are we doing?
We're going to have a FaceTime challenge.
Oh, no, I'm all right, thanks.
Do you all know the rules to FaceTime challenge? If you don't, it's very simple. Mike, you won the first. Who picked up last time?
Jamie Dornan.
Jamie Dornan.
Steve-O.
Steve-O. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Off Jackass.
Okay, and you didn't have anyone pick up, did you? Not even your missus picked up. Very disappointing.
Your missus did.
It's a very...
That was after the show.
We learned from Japan. That's the kind of shit that makes him angry. Don't do that.
Yes. Simmerdays.
Don't do that.
Sorry, Alex, sorry.
Hang on, you got royalty, and he knows Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
Fuck
shit! I didn't even... She wasn't even on my list. Oh, yeah.
Can't have it now.
It's a very simple competition between hats and tins. Mike won the first game of FaceTime Challenge. Can he win the second? The rules are very simple. You have 3 attempts to FaceTime the most famous people in your phone. If they pick up, you get a point. The one with the most points after 3 goes wins. It's that easy. If it's a draw, the audience votes on who FaceTimed the biggest name. Who would like to go first?
Tins can go first.
GoPro. So, Hoff, do you want to go first or second? Tins is going to go first. Give Tins the GoPro.
I'm hopefully going to try and start with... No, I actually tried to tee up William and he said fuck off, so...
Did he give us a prediction?
He did give us a prediction. He predicted 1917 to Wales, the traitorous bastard.
Hey, what is
hopefully go with a banker. I'm going to give, because he finished 4th at the weekend in Florida, I'm going to give Lee Westwood a ring.
Get a cheer? Cheer for Lee Westwood? Oh, yeah, cheer for Lee Westwood.
I bet he's not going to pick up, but...
Yeah, we are FaceTiming Lee Westwood.
There's a good chance he's still in Florida and he's playing this week, so he might be on the course, but...
Oh, Tins.
This could be a bad start.
It's a good name, but we haven't got... It's a great...
I'm more nervous about this than anything I've ever done.
Do you want to leave it? Lee Westwood is a... It's a good name, but it's not great audience participation, this, I will admit. Right, who are we going for?
We're going to go with Caitlyn Jenner.
We are going... Right, Caitlyn Jenner. If this comes off,
okay. Oh, shit. Hold on. Right,
That wasn't her.
Right, we're dialing.
She comes up with something abusive.
Please.
Come on, Caitlyn. Come on, Caitlyn.
Come on, baby. She's a hero. Come on.
Hello, James.
And I'm going to give it. Damn you, Caitlyn!
This could be really bad.
3, 2,
if no one answers, this could be really bad.
Right. Zip.
Should we go big?
Yeah, go big.
Okay, I'm going to try Rebel Wilson.
Oh, how have you got her number?
Stop it.
That is unbelievable. If Rebel Wilson ends up on House of Rugby Live... Come on.
Si hasn't figured out if no one answers. This is the shittest segment ever.
That's right.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Hello, my dear.
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
Where are you?
Wallabies.
Go the Wallabies. Where are you?
I've just been at Disneyland. You might be able to see the big D on my chest. The big D on you. Yeah.
So actually, it's Rebel's birthday. So if everyone could sing a happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Rebel. Happy birthday to you.
Tell her you're in Wales. Tell her you're in Wales, or you're in Wales.
Will you ask her who she'd like to win at the weekend?
So much.
Right.
England or Wales?
Hopefully you're going to come to the game on the weekend. Who do you want to win?
Who should I support?
Huh?
Who should I support?
Wales.
Okay. Show her the room and we'll do a strometer. Okay.
Raise the lights.
If you think Rebels should support England on Saturday, give us a cheer. It's not bad. If you think Rebel should support Wales on Saturday, give us a cheer.
As you might gather, they're in Wales.
Yeah, just Wales.
Amazing. Tins, you win regardless. Do you want to say thank you very much indeed?
Rebel, thank you. And maybe see you on Saturday.
Okay, and did you tell them how I was team assistant to the Wallabies?
No. I want you to tell the story. Tell the story. Why were you team official for the Wallaby Rugby?
Okay, guys. So when I was 18, I lived in South Africa, and so I had to learn Afrikaans. And the Wallabies needed an insider on the inside to translate some of the Afrikaans that the South African team was saying. So I was the Australian mole who then translated
That is unbelievable.
the Afrikaans.
Rebel Wilson is an official rugby
the
fan.
Wallabies to success that year. 1998. A great year.
1998. Rebel, thank you so much.
Love and hugs to Rebel Wilson, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.
I have to say, well, everyone was enjoying that. Well,
Sorry,
everyone's
we
enjoying that. Haskell singing, what the fuck am I going to do now?
We got Noel Edmonds lined up or something.
How do I follow that?
Try Caitlin again.
I mean, I've got Niall Horan.
Yes, go on, that's good. That's good.
I don't think he's going to answer. Nobody answers. I'm just not big time enough. Christ, hold on. Please, Niall.
It's not fair playing this with
It's not
royalty.
No.
Do either of you want to join in or not? Little Tom Jones or... If he picks up now, you're back in the game.
He's never going to answer.
Come on, Niall. You can do this.
Fuck. Nah, it's not going to happen.
Have you just put a fake number in and saved that as a Niall Horan?
No, I would have done it as an Arnold Schwarzenegger, but no. No, fucked
I love it. Fox has gone to the phone. Ladies and gents, we have a winner of our second FaceTime challenge. It is the Lord, Mr. Mike Tindall.
Hey.
You've got some serious work to do.
Mate, can I just explain something to you? I don't know why you know I wouldn't be so shit at this game. Fucking everybody who comes on here goes, we hate him, and then we liked him. These people haven't even met me, and they hate me before I've started. No one's going to answer.
Rob, hang on a sec.
Brydon.
Rob Brydon. I got Rob Brydon. Hang on a minute. Hang on.
Can we turn the lights back on?
I'm on Jiffy's mic. You've actually just shown up the host of this show, James Haskell, by just a quick speed up. Good evening, Rob. How are you?
I'm very well.
He is very well.
Dinner.
Let's do that. Let's do that there. Right, ask him who's going to win on Saturday.
Rob, thank you for joining. Your busy schedule.
Always nice to see you, Jiffy.
Thank you very much. Right, one quick question. We're in Cardiff.
Which of us is the taller? Would you say I slightly have it or you not like front?
You are slightly taller, okay? Slightly taller. And with the young Jonathan Davies, Haskell, James Haskell, and of course, the Crown Prince, Mike Tindall.
I'm sorry to hear that.
In Cardiff, in front of 1,200 Welsh fans. And the one question is... What happened? No, what happened on the boat trip?
Oh, Jiffy.
We really are in Wales.
That bloody fishing trip, it haunts me.
Say that again. Say it again, Rob.
I said that bloody fishing trip, it haunts me.
Right, one question. Who's going to win on Saturday, England or Wales?
My money is on Wales.
Diolch yn fawr, Rob. Diolch yn fawr.
You take that. Rob Brydon, ladies and gentlemen! That's yours. Fox, do you want to dial up the Pope or anyone that, you know, we can...
I don't think you can top Uncle Bryn, to be honest.
Will you, can we try Alun Wyn?
Oh.
You must...
No.
Can we try Alun Wyn?
Alun Wyn.
If Alun Wyn answers, you've got to do Owen.
Yeah, fine. He won't answer either.
There's no chance he'd answer. You can do...
Wait, shh. He's probably in bed. I sincerely hope he is. It's 10 to 10. Oh. You're going to
Sorry, boy.
Oh, 10 to 10.
Jonathan Davies' career is going up in smoke.
All right, boy!
Oh, there's a few has-beens on stage there.
I shit myself. So 10 to 10, I thought he's in bed. I'm going to be dropped. I'll never get picked again.
Oh, that's all right, I know where you live.
How are you, Skipper? You all right?
Oh, look at you, you're looking young too.
All of you late twice a day. How have you been? How is everyone in camp?
I couldn't possibly divulge that.
Good. Classified information. We've got one or two of your friends here who just want to send you a very good luck to all you and the boys on Saturday. Ladies and gents, it is your one and only, your skipper, Mr. Alun Wyn Jones! Go well. Sleep tight.
Hey, Sally's going to start.
Look at this. Show it to him. Game over, or do you want to?
I mean, I could try. I don't think Owen would answer.
All right.
Maybe Ellis Genji.
Tell you what you could do.
Eddie.
Do Eddie.
Fuck it. Well, I'll give him a try.
Okay. Stand by, ladies and gents.
He's going to go mental. But
If Eddie Jones answers now.
Eddie in bed.
Beddy.
Quiet.
Eddie Jones.
Eddie in bed.
No, Eddie's in bed with her.
Fuck off.
He's hung up.
Shit! Red button. That's a red button, that is.
I have to say, we've had Rebel Wilson, we've had Rob Brydon, we've had the great Alun Wyn Jones. That gets a round of applause for our FaceTime challenge. That is unbelievable. What's good is that we're going to move on to match point, and you're going really well in that, so the show's getting better for you.
The second half of the show isn't really Hask's part of the show, really, is it? Sort of excelled in the first half, and then you've fallen off your fucking chair in the second.
Hey, it didn't even come on for the last fucking 5 minutes.
Had the same impact, though.
Right, for those of you who don't know, the Guinness Match Point Predictor does exactly what it says. Are any of you in our league out of interest? Good, well done to the loyals. You predict the winner and the margin of the Guinness Six Nations Games every week, and if you're within 3, you win a pint of Guinness. It's that simple. Ed Ralph, well done to you. You lead our league on 156 points. It's a very important week for the House of Rugby team as well. Apparently I'm sitting 322nd, thank you. Mike is 363, Sai is 14 points behind, and Hask is in 2,504th. out of 3,000, so not going quite so well for you.
Yeah. Nobody likes me, and I'm shit at nerdy sports games. I wasn't much better at rugby.
Can we just turn this around? Can we have a cheer if we love the Hoff, please?
Yeah.
We love you. Right, we've obviously got games lost to the coronavirus. Scotland v France. Who's going to win it by how many? Are you allowed to do this or not? Can you do a margin? Yeah, you just rebel. Go, brother. I don't want to get you in trouble with your betting laws, but who's going to win, Scotland v France?
Scotland.
Hello. By...
That's just wishing, because then you're still in the championship.
4. Scotland by 4. Love it. Hoff?
France by 15.
Nice. At Murrayfield. Good. Jeff?
I think Scotland by 3.
Wow.
I think it's very weather dependent, but it is 90% chance of rain on Sunday, so I think Scotland will win. I mean, they're 6-point underdogs at the moment, but I think they'll win by 3.
Wow. That would shake and bake things a little bit. England against Wales. Any update on Dan Biggar? Is that classified information as well? I love Alun Wyn just not telling you anything.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to say the same.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know actually.
Yeah. I think you've just given it away by being. Okay, so but hopefully he'll play. Obviously, Timo, yours. Do Wales need him if they're going to have a chance?
I think Wales by 10. Fuck off. I'm going to say England by 10.
England by 10. How important is Dan Biggar to Wales?
Pardon?
How important is Dan Biggar to Wales?
I think it's hugely important. I think, the form he's been in for Northampton when they were doing well, it was unbelievable. I think the way he's brought that attacking prowess to Wales. I thought against Ireland, I thought they played the better rugby, and then, they didn't conform. Obviously, a lot of mistakes last week against France. France's first half was pretty incredible. So I think there are going to be a huge loss, but I still believe that it's going to be a massively competitive match for all the reasons we talked about. But I would never, not back England.
If it's to happen for Wales, how is it going to happen?
The forward's going to have to put a hell of a shift in, and then if Biggs is fit, he's going to have to control it with the halfbacks, and I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it feels like it was like back in 2015 when there was loads of injuries and no one really gave the boys a chance. But I think the hard work they'll put in, they'll go in prepared, and they'll be excited about going to Twickenham to get the win.
I need to go to the toilet, so my heart says Wales, my head says England. Twickenham's a tough place to go and win.
Ladies and gents, Jonathan Davies! He needs to change his bag, I think, doesn't he?
Surely he just goes. Doesn't he
It's
just go?
tricky when you get that old, isn't it?
Doesn't he just go in his tenor man and just change it and pop it away?
England, Wales, who by how many?
No, I think it's been interesting. I thought even though they lost against France, I thought Wales, you could see sort of Pivac's way of playing coming through, a lot more offloading, still kept the ball very well, had a lot of possession, a lot of territory, just couldn't sort of see them off at the end. You think for the last 20 minutes, France are just panicking about trying to win away from home. And if they go with confidence and take that England team on, I think it could open the game up. I don't think it's going to be a perfect day for rugby. Not that I'm a weatherman, but it's not supposed to rain. But I just think when Wales went to Ireland, they just shot themselves in the foot by playing a little bit too much in their own half. If they do that against England, they'll get strangled out the game. They need to make sure they play in the right areas and then get that offloading game, and they can cause England's defence problems with how fast they come off the line if they can get that offloading game going. Saying that, I think at home England will have too much control over the game. I think it's going to be a 5-point win to England.
Do you? England by 5, England by 10.
So popular, thank you.
Wales by 5.
Wales by 5. If you're not in the House of Rugby Matchpoint app league, do get involved. You just simply enter the code HOR. It is very good fun. It's easy to win free Guinness, and who doesn't like free Guinness? So get involved. 2 rounds to go. 2 rounds to go. Good. Hey, ladies and gents!
Here he is.
Welcome back. What are we going to do? So we got tickets. We got tickets to give away.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Did you wash your hands?
Yes.
Good man. Well done. Right, before we go, ladies and gents, we've got a very special competition. Anu, for the competition, please. We've got a pair of tickets for England-Wales at the weekend to give away. When you arrived this evening, apparently, you were given a raffle ticket. Have you all got your raffle tickets? Right, dig them out. We have got a random generator with every number that was given out this evening in it. Let's have a look at the screens. We're going to press go. We've got a 7-second countdown, and then a number will appear. If that's you, you've got 2 tickets for the weekend. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 328. Is anyone in the room with 328? Come up to the stage. Come and get some tickets, my friend. A round of applause for our ticket winner. We'll have a photograph as well. Well done, my friend. What's your name? Where are you from?
Cardiff.
Cardiff! It's Niall from Cardiff. Get in the middle. We'll have a nice photo with you. Fox, Hass, Jeffy and Tins. We got a camera. We'll do it on there. 1, 2, 3. Niall, smile. Smile, Niall. Congratulations, Niall! Well done to you. Do you want to do our selfie? Put the lights up with all of us, with everyone in the background. Si, can you just quickly whack the lights up so Hask and Tins can do their social media? This is what they came for. Stand up, Jeff. We're all in it.
All right, everyone stand up,
Everyone
put your hands in the air, let's get a selfie.
Go on, Fox, in the middle.
Right, you come on, stand around there, ready?
Huddle up.
Put your hands up, ready? 3.
Hands up, team. 1, 2, 3. Who's going to win on Saturday? Ladies and gents, just before we finish, a couple of bits of housekeeping. Thank you, as always, for watching and listening to House of Rugby, brought to you by Joe, together with our very good friends at Guinness. Thank you to our wonderful audience here at the depot. We are back next week with the one, the only, the great Rory Best. What a ledge. Don't forget to download and watch some of our other episodes, including John Smith, Sean O'Brien, Billy Vanapola, Joe Marler, Jess Breach, and Michael Liner. You can also catch some of Joe's other programming that you might have missed, including Liquid Football and TKO. Before we leave tonight, will you please give one almighty round of applause to our 4 guests this evening, Lord and Hask.
Thank you.
Jiffy and Jonathan Fox Davies as well. Best of luck to you and your team on Saturday. Best of luck to the England boys. Thank you so much for coming tonight, ladies and gents. Please do put a pound in the pint glass on your way out tonight. Enjoy the game on Saturday. We'll see you again soon. Good night, God bless. Safe travels home. Thank you, good night.
You've been watching the House of Rugby on Joe, together with Guinness. Drink responsibly. Visit drinkaware.co.uk for the facts.